Hi everybody, it's Tamara from Etceteraise, and I'm here to show you my biggest junk journal project to date. This is a gift for a friend of mine who's retiring, and I really hope she likes it. I get a little nervous. People outside of the junk journaling community, if you haven't heard about what a junk journal is or how to use it, they might think it's kind of a strange concept. But I really hope she likes it, and I think when she opens it, she'll fall in love with it. So this journal is about, I think it's around 90 pages or so. It's just a very simple closure with a ribbon. And I had a hard time at first with that red cover, but eventually I learned to love it with the gold on it, and I found an image that worked really nicely with it, I think. So the inside on this one is just paper, and there are 4 signatures to this one, and they are each housed in some craft paper that has scallop pockets on both ends, and they each have tabs on the front of them as well. So as a lot of you will know, I am mainly a sewer, so I like to incorporate a little bit of sewing into all my projects. So there's a little tab. And the papers that I made for this one are coffee stained, and so I dipped them in the coffee, really strong coffee, and then they weren't dark enough for me, so then I squeezed the coffee grounds all over and I made a big mess, and then I let them sit out in the sun and bake, and then I cleaned them off, and so then they're nice and grungy. As you can see, lots of nice coffee stains on there. And then I mixed in some lime paper, of course, and this is a little bag I got, I think, at the pharmacy, and I just put some really beautiful papers. I just patched all my little odds and ends together, and then inked the heck out of it, of course. Made a little spot for it. There's some little cute corners that I've punched out and added just for some nice little subtle effects. A little bit of washi tape there, of course some butterflies. You gotta always have a butterfly in every project, right? And I do think it's important to have some clean paper as well, though. So this is just some nice clean drawing paper. My friend is a gardener, so I wanted to put in some floral references as well. And there's some tags, of course, with some pretty flowers, some French prose on the back. And graph paper, another little butterfly up there. This is from a newspaper I picked up while I was in Thailand years ago, and wasn't quite sure why I wanted to take this paper home, but finally came into use, so I included it here. Some pretty scrapbooking paper. I like to have lots of blank spaces so that you can really use the paper, and all the decoration doesn't overwhelm. This is some handmade paper that I made myself from scratch, and it's hard to see on camera, I think, but there's little bits of flecks of color in there, and a little very subtle glitter, which I think is pretty. And then I watched a video by Nick the Booksmith, of course. When you're first starting out junk journaling, that's what you gotta do. And one of the things she mentioned was leaving your ends on your ties long and then adding some little tags. So I thought I might as well try that. And so this is the other side now. So of course it's very similar. Papers, the other side of that bag. And just some rough edges that I just inked the heck out of everything. And then a little, well, actually a big tag at the very end there. And then we get into the second signature, and there's another tab. And there were some papers that I had that only would fit as a single side, so I made some really decorative hinges, and again inked them really heavily, and then was able to connect them in. I also had tried sort of ripping on a scalloped edge, and then of course inking it up. This is an article about pear trees from my local newspaper. And some more papers, some more sewing. This is just, you know, the salvage of a piece of fabric. Makes, and I think it's upholstery fabric, so it makes they usually have a nice little fringy salvage that's good to use. And there's some pink paper that's been coffee stained, and then this was a big envelope. It's a nice little spot in there to keep things. This is some more handmade paper that's been stitched on, but I did not make that. That came in a package of paper. This is from a book all about the 1940s. I just thought that might be kind of interesting. This is about a ladies hockey club from 1899. So I thought that was kind of cute. And then again, this is the envelope. This is the other side of the envelope. And this is the other papers on the other side of the signature with another tab in there. And then we get to the third signature. Another little tab there. And more coffee stain paper, a little bit of lined paper. I got an envelope of all kinds of beautiful illustrations of birds and plants and all kinds of things. So I thought that was kind of fitting. Some more papers, coffee stain. I think these might be the winners in the horse races. Not exactly sure, but I think that's what that is. Music. And I watched a video, and I really wish I should have looked this up. I'll look it up and put a link below. This was a neat video on how to do this, like a waterfall of envelopes, and then there's all kinds of nice spots to put different tags for journaling or put photos or whatever. Another little tuck in there. And a little bit of stitching. Some more of that frayed salvage all along the whole edge there. And that fold those. And now we're on the other side of the signature, so it's just the other half of all those pages with a great big tag at the end. And then here we are, the fourth signature, and there's the tab for that. Get my words all mixed up here. And we have some green coffee stain paper and green doily. This doily has some butterflies stamped on it. And let's see. I'm going a little bit fast because my card has hardly any memory left on it, and I want to get this all done in one shot. This is from the Country Register, which is I think is a quarterly newspaper for scrapbookers and crafters and quilters, and it sells all over my province. And then I got into a little bit of stamping on the corners on the coffee stain paper. A little bit of washi tape. I thought that looked so beautiful against that yellow paper. And then this is another one of those waterfalls, and this one has all papers that have birds and butterflies. And just another little, did some sewing on that one, and this one too. This one has a tag. And then I get to the other side, a little bit more stamping. Not a big stamper, but I thought, oh, I've got a few, so I'll try it out. There's a recipe in there, and a couple of little envelopes that have been decorated, and some more of that salvage along with some stamping. And then I think there's supposed to be a tag in there. I'll have to go back and find a tag and stick that in there. And then that's the end. So there we go. 90 pages of lovely, crinkly, coffee stained paper. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more, to see more of my projects. Thanks very much, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.